For thousands of years, commanders have devised tactics to outmaneuver, outsmart, and outfight the enemy. Some rely on deception, some on overwhelming force, some on patience and psychological warfare. Today we're breaking down every major war tactic from ancient battlefields to modern combat zones in just 8 minutes. Some of these tactics are thousands of years old, others were developed in the last decade. Let's go. Sniper trap. A sniper has a target in their sights, but instead of killing them outright, they shoot to wound deliberately. Why? Because wounded soldiers scream. They call for help desperately, and when their comrades rush out to save them, the sniper picks them off one by one in the open. It's brutal. It's psychological warfare at its darkest, and it turns basic human compassion into a deadly weapon. Medics become targets, rescue becomes suicide. Salvo. Every gun fires at once. Cannons, artillery, missiles, everything launches in a single coordinated barrage hitting the enemy simultaneously. The goal? Overwhelming shock and awe. The enemy can't react, can't take cover, can't coordinate when they're being hit from every direction at the exact same moment. Naval warfare perfected this tactic centuries ago. Multiple shell impacts also help gunners adjust range and accuracy for the next devastating volley. Hull down position. Tanks use hills, ridges, or terrain features to hide their vulnerable hull, exposing only the turret and main gun to enemy fire. From this position, they can fire accurately while being nearly impossible to hit back. The armor on a tank's turret is the thickest part of the vehicle. The downside? They're completely stuck in place. Advancing means exposing the entire vehicle to enemy anti-tank weapons and artillery fire. Defensive and effective, yes, but risky if the enemy flanks your position or advances with infantry support. Creeping barrage. Artillery shells rain down just ahead of advancing infantry, moving forward in timed intervals. Explosions suppress defenders and give infantry cover to advance. But timing is everything. Move too fast, you run into your own artillery. Too slow, the enemy recovers. Blitzkrieg. Lightning war. Fast, brutal, coordinated. Tanks, mechanized infantry, artillery, and air support smash through enemy lines in concentrated assault. Punch through one point, exploit the gap, and keep moving before the enemy reacts. Germany used this devastatingly in World War II. Speed and confusion became weapons as deadly as bullets. Foxholes. A simple pit dug for protection and concealment. Soldiers crouch inside, shielded from bullets and shrapnel. Different armies adapted them for local conditions. Some prioritize cover, others ambushes. Low-tech, but still used because they work. Recon by fire. You suspect the enemy is hiding in a building or tree line, but you're not sure, so you fire at it to provoke a response and reveal their position. If they shoot back, you've confirmed location. If nothing happens, you've wasted rounds. It's intelligence gathering through aggression. Single envelopment. One force pins the enemy from the front. Meanwhile, another swings around the flank, cutting off reinforcements or escape routes. The enemy fights on two fronts. Pincer movement. The enemy is engaged head-on while both flanks maneuver outward then curve inward. The enemy is surrounded. Escape becomes impossible. Hannibal used this at Cannae. Germany used it in Operation Barbarossa. Oblique order. Concentrate overwhelming force on one section of the enemy line. Break through that weak point. Roll up the flank. Frederick the Great perfected this in the 18th century. Feigned retreat. Your army retreats. The enemy pursues, thinking they've won. Then you turn around and destroy them. The Mongols mastered this trap. Inverted wedge. Your center gives ground, pulling the enemy forward. Your strong wings press inward from both sides, attempting to surround the advancing force. Crossing the T naval tactic. Your fleet crosses directly in front of the enemy, forming a T shape. Your entire broadside fires while they can only use forward guns. Japan achieved this at Tsushima in 1905, obliterating Russia's fleet. Bounding overwatch. One squad advances while another covers with suppressive fire. Then they switch. Advance, cover, advance, cover. Slow but highly effective in contested terrain. Ambush. Hidden units wait for the perfect moment. The enemy walks into the kill zone. Hell breaks loose. Time, position, and angle are chosen to maximize surprise and damage. Skirmishing light forces engage in scattered, hit-and-run clashes. The goal isn't decisive victory, it's delay, disruption, and erosion of enemy morale. Trench raiding. Small nighttime attacks on enemy trenches for confusion and intelligence gathering. Raiders slip in quietly, eliminate sentries, capture prisoners, and disappear before reinforcements arrive. World War I saw this perfected. Swarming. Many small units strike from multiple directions simultaneously. The enemy can't respond to everything at once. Modern drone warfare has revived this ancient tactic. Flying wedge. A triangular formation where the point leads and wings follow. Ancient armies used it for cavalry charges. Modern riot police use it for crowd control. Defeat in detail. Don't fight the entire enemy army at once. Divide them, engage them separately. Smaller victories add up. Napoleon Bonaparte mastered this. ARR interdiction. Attack supply lines, infrastructure, bridges, roads, and railroads. Cut off fuel, ammunition, food, and reinforcements. The enemy's combat effectiveness collapses without direct engagement. Siege. Surround a fortified position. Cut off supplies. Wait. Starvation, disease, and despair do the work. Eventually, defenders surrender or become weak enough to assault. Mouseholing. Urban warfare tactic. Blast holes through walls and move between buildings internally instead of crossing streets where snipers wait. AR assault. Helicopters insert troops directly behind enemy lines, bypassing defenses entirely. The enemy suddenly has hostile forces in their rear. Vietnam War saw this perfected. Tank descente. Infantry ride on tanks, protecting them from close-range threats. When contact is made, they dismount and fight on foot. Soviet forces developed this during World War II. Shoot and scoot. Artillery fires, then immediately relocates before counter-battery fire destroys them. Modern radars can track shells and calculate firing positions within seconds. Marching fire. Infantry advance while continuously firing to suppress the enemy so thoroughly they can't return effective fire. Keeps enemy heads down while you close distance. Center peel. A controlled retreat where units disengage in sequence. One group falls back while another covers. It maintains firepower and cohesion while withdrawing. Defense in depth. Don't defend just the front. Defend everywhere. Space is traded for time. The attacker advances, loses momentum, spreads out, and becomes vulnerable to counterattack. The Soviet Union used this devastatingly against Germany. Scorched earth. Retreating forces destroy everything of value. Burn crops, destroy bridges, poison wells. The enemy advances into a wasteland with no resources. Russia used it against Napoleon and Hitler. Both invasions collapsed. The bottom line. War is chaos on every level imaginable. Tactics bring order to that chaos. From ancient spear formations to modern drone swarms, the principles remain the same. Outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast your enemy. These tactics have decided the fate of empires, reshaped entire civilizations, and determined who lives and who dies on battlefields across thousands of years. Understanding them isn't just military history, it's understanding human conflict itself. How we fight, why we fight, and what separates victory from defeat. Which tactic surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe for more detailed military history and tactics breakdowns. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Stay tactical.